Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here and doing a special review of the Braxton Family Values Iyanla edition. I want to say because it's the last two episodes of the season. The family values want to fix their lives, so they invited Iyanla to their network so she could come and help them repair their family, repair the sisterhood. So I haven't now watched the whole Braxton family. I haven't watched the season at all. So I said when I heard that Iyanla was going to do the special with them, I said let me watch those last two episodes because I have been watching Iyanla fix my life, and I like how she going about doing it. Now everybody got this little notion that she fixes people's lives. No, she gives them the tools to help you heal. But if you're not willing to help yourself and heal, then your health life ain't gonna be fixed. And some people open for the process. Some people's not open to the process. But what is it? Fix their lives, and it comes of not really fixing it, because no counselor or therapist can fix anybody's lives. Nobody can really heal or help somebody 100% completely. That person got to be willing to put in the work. So you give the tools, the opportunities to make decisions for yourself and give you advice, but you got to put in the work to change. But if you don't do that, all that session you sitting in, it's not going to help. So the Braxtons have been going to different sessions. I remember seeing when I was usually watching Braxton Family Values. I remember they were sitting down with Dr. Sherry. And I think they also sat down with the pastor and everything, but it was never worked. It never worked. So I guess they wanted to check Iyanla, because Iyanla is the person that she will give you the truth. She will face you. She will have you face the truth and everything, and not sugarcoat things. And I guess that's what they needed until they get the session. So everybody agreed to do the session. Besides, the only person who wasn't there was their brother, the only brother, Michael Jr. He was not there, but everybody else was there. So they decided to do that. So before they did, they had a questionnaire. Tamar agreed that she agreed that she was going to do this thing, but it had a questionnaire, and she didn't want to fill it out. So I said, if you agreed to do the session, oh, mind you, I'm doing part 1 and 2 together, so I didn't separate them both of them. So she wanted to do the session. Why the hell you don't want to fill out your own questionnaire? It's about you. So you got Tawanda doing it, and Tawanda was filling it out. So filling it out, did everything. So this is day 1. Everybody was arriving there. Miss E already came like she didn't really care, because she came in all red. That's like battle fighting colors. It's like when you come to a session of healing, red is not the color. That's like it shows in the face like, okay, I'm here, but I'm not really here for you. So she came in all red, like ready, like kind of like a devil, even though she's not the devil, but kind of like a devil kind of weird color. So she came in not really prepared and not really focused in the session. And everybody was there. Tracy, on the other hand, she felt like, because what happened, because during the whole season, I'm hearing and I've been watching a lot about YouTube, other colleagues' reviews, and saying that Tracy been outshone, and she been like disrespected, or she been felt that she betrayed the sisters by continuing working, and they decided to go on strike. So it was a whole miscommunication about what's going on. But that's part of the issue, but that's not the really deep shit of the issue of why this family is not together. Why they every time they like good at one point, and then they add each other like those, like they enemies or something like that at one point, and they're not together. So this is the time when we need to figure out the root of their problems, because if you don't handle the root and the problem, the foundation, everything else will go trickle down, and they go continue repeating this pattern of disrespect, of miscommunication, of not trusting each other, of judging each other and everything. And this was exactly what the sisters do. So Tracy really felt like she gonna be the oddball out, because they already shunned her. They don't like her because she went against the strike kind of thing. So she really felt it like she's gonna be there. So she came in already also defensive and sitting down. Her body language, she felt like she didn't want to be there, or not to be there, but she felt like she's like, in her words, like she's numb and she's not bothered about what's going on, and she just dared to be there because she's ready for the worst. So they was just talking. This is day 1 of the session, and it's obvious y'all not really trying to fix yourselves. So it's like y'all not working, and then Miss E was saying that, why we gonna do this? it's like if they're not trying to work themselves, and nobody can fix yourself. You got to work for your fix your own thing, and that's true. You have to work willing to work on the fixing your own, but you could get help in the tool for somebody to help you fix your own life, and that's what Iyanla is there for. So day one, like I said, they haven't seen each other for months. So this is the first time they had seen each other for a while, especially Tracy with her sister. She said she haven't seen them for a while. So this is the first time after a while since the taping, that they're going to Iyanla fix my life. Or, well, they're having a meeting with Iyanla. And it was crazy because so after that, they was talking. They said, why is she here? That was the first question. Why am I here? And some people will not say nothing. We get that Tony saying that she wants the sisterhood to, the sisterhood is fading away again. So she said it was there, they fade, and they came back together, now they're fading away again. So it's just like it's fading. They're not sisters anymore. They act like they're enemies. They act like they're just co-workers and they don't get along with each other. So she wants that to be fixed. Then we get figured, Trina said it's an elephant in the room. Whether that it is, whatever at the time, it's the elephant in the room. So I guess the elephant in the room right now is Tracy at the moment. So nobody's going to say nothing and fix it and tell who's the elephant in the room is. Then we get Tamar. She said she want to reveal the truth of stories that people made up. Tell the real truth. It's not the stuff that people are making up. It's like the stuff that people trying to hide and not trying to tell. But tell the real truth. That's what we need to be here for. Now, Miss E said she don't know why she's here. She said she don't need no fixing. They a grown woman. She don't need to know. And then Tracy at the same time said she don't know why she here either. She said she just be there. So Tracy revealed that she numb to the sisterhood. She faced the pain. She had to deal with that. She's done. She's not bothered. But you very resistant. So you very resistant with the cause. You pushing back. For someone who's not bothered, you actually is bothered by it and being numb. And then when asked how she feels, she said she had no feelings towards it. Now, it was a question that asked about how do y'all feel when y'all not, before this before everything came about the contract, all that stuff, how they feel. They said they had a good time, they had fun, they was enjoying each other, they was imaginative, they was making sure that they was pretending they was in television, they were pretending to this, they had a good time. Now, what shifted? And Tawana mentioned that, I remember it was around 94 and 95 when 94 and 95 when Tamar, Trina, and Tawanda got signed with Atlantic Records, and they couldn't sign Tracy because she was pregnant at the time. So I guess Tracy felt hurt by that, and Tracy said, I dealt with that, and she's not hurt. She's not hurt by what happened. She felt disrespected now about what happened. She said, how you disrespected? She just felt disrespected about what's going on. And she said, no, I dealt with that. I felt that. I'm hurt. And then she said she's being numb. That's what I said. I said, how you numb when you kind of feel some kind of hurt. So she kind of feel like abandoned because they left her alone because she was pregnant and she didn't get signed. And this is like one of their goals. So it was like, it's like festering. Now, the root of this issue sometimes is like the communication. And she was like, what she's hearing, what she's seeing is that people don't know how to express what they want to say. They don't ask for what they need. And then they get mad when they don't get what they wanted. And since then, it's like you festering and you kept letting things going on, and then you don't clear up what you're disagreeing about, and y'all keep moving on, y'all pushing everything else to the side, and it's festering, and it's coming about, and they all agree that that's the issue. That's exactly what it was. Now, Iyanla would say it must be a root of this. What is causing that? Because it's not about what happened recently about Tracy not signing or stuff. It had to be a thing. It's usually this miscommunication usually stems from the fish. It usually stems from the head. And she said that fish stinks from the head down. Meaning it stems from the parents. They the head. Now, Miss E was all defended. She was like, "Oh, ain't no fish stink here. I can tell I don't stink." I said she wasn't talking about your puss. She was not, like, I can tell you I'm clean down here. Ain't no fish. I would say, no, that's not what she's saying, Miss E. She was saying that since y'all the head, the children, your daughters, learn this behavior from the top up, and now it's trickling down to their communication skills. So it stems from y'all. And now Tawanda mentioned that she remember when she was sitting down and they was in the bedroom and when their mother and father announced they was going to get divorced. And she said, Trina mentioned, she said, what that would be for us. And they asked the mother, she said, I don't know. Ask your father. They asked the father, I don't know. Ask your mother. Clearly right there is disconnected right there. And it's trickled down to the girls. And now we could see that they were put in the middle between the divorce and between the parents that made the cause of friction between each other, because at a young age they learned this behavior, they learned this miscommunication, they learned the anger, they learned the mistreatment, they learned abandonment, everything from young, because they grew up together and they parents that they know they love, they all got the same from mother and father, divorcing. So that's like a split. And then the kids was in the middle, and Miss E's problem was at the time, and now she realized this later when she mentioned that, is that she realized that she put her daughters in the middle of their divorce. And she now regretting that for doing that, because now she sees that the behavior that exhibited from their childhood is continuing on in their adulthood, and she may be a factor of it. Because at first Miss E said she didn't want to be blamed about what happened because these kids was grown. They're 40-something years old. Why I need to keep getting blamed for it? I would say there's no need to get offended by blame. If you didn't do anything wrong, they need to be blaming you. But you had to take some responsibility that it has been caused, it has been learned from your head, from you and Michael. It has been learned from y'all too. So it also is a fact that when they say how to make y'all feel, that Miss E, because they haven't made an agreement that y'all need to stay for the whole process. Stay, no matter if y'all get upset, y'all get angry, y'all ain't like what somebody say, stay with the whole process to the end. Now Miss E said, I go see how it feels, I go see what it is. And that right there is really saying that she's not committing. So if the mother is not committing, then how the daughter's gonna make a breakthrough if one part of the family, who is half of the family, who part of the problem, is not committed to the whole process. So if she's not committed, it's trickled down to the daughters, then they don't have to commit. They don't have to be open. They don't have to be fully ready in the process. And I said that's not good. So a part of the other problem is that they are afraid to speak the truth because they're afraid to hurt their parents' feelings about how they really feel. And that's another problem with the family. The family don't really tell each other the truth about, because they feel like they could be afraid to be judged or be afraid of their reactions towards them. So they hide their truth. They have their feelings towards each other. And since they do be hiding that, it keeps festering because it's many miscommunications and many feelings of angst and bitterness towards each other. And they don't know how to communicate and welcome each other and listen and understand each other, then it's a problem. So so when they ask you how you feel, Tracy was saying stuff and she deflected instead of how she feels. She made it seem about the parents. So, oh, we was not raised like this, and we should be ashamed of ourselves. They hurt, we Asian their parents, we should not be bigger than ourselves. I said, well, when I ask you how you feel, you turn around and make a reflecting on them. That's not how you feel. That's not how you think about them. So when I asked you all that story, you said before you was numb. She said no, but you not being numb like that because you be expressive. So you not really numb or bothered. Because numb means you don't really give a damn. You don't care. You don't give a damn. You don't care about my feelings. You just straight, like, don't feel any pain. But you feels it because you expressing yourself. And that's exactly what it was. And I was like, oh, okay. And so once that happened, they shut down. It was shut down. Let me see. All right. So when it happened, Tony was like, she was the bigger sister. She was like, you know what? they not getting divorced. They all like all that stuff. She wasn't telling the truth. And since she's not telling the truth, it was a shutdown from there. That the reality was not faced. It was a cover up and saying, oh, okay, let's cover up the thing. They're not going to get divorced. I'm trying to protect y'all. But the truth is, they was getting divorced. And the kids have to learn the reality of that their parents is divorcing. And it's going to be changed. The family dynamic will change. That was that. So they had a crazy first day. And it seemed like throughout the session, Tamar as well, her attitude was she was neck rolling and all this. I would say, Tamar, calm your ass down. What the hell you neck rolling all the damn time? It's like she was all this. I was like, I would say you neck rolling. I said you were doing too much. I said you need to calm down. It's not that serious, Tamar. It's not that serious. And it's like, it's going to be a problem because at the end, so Iyanla was trying to get the mother to really commit. And she said, I can't do it. She just can't do it. Until after a while, she said, Tawana said, come on, just say yes. And she said yes. And it had to be. It's like, you had to commit. So tomorrow they said they take a break. Then day 2, they were going to have a breakfast together at 11 o'clock. Now, they was all supposed to come together and make breakfast together as a family. That didn't happen. So the next thing was like, you know what? Let's do it for lunch. And we meet at 1:30. It didn't happen because Tony came late. And Tony and Tamar had scheduled conference. So everybody else was there. But Tony and Tamar. Tony came late at the 1:30. And the commitment was supposed to be at 1:30. So she already disrespected the time. And disrespected the commitment of the session. Because you're supposed to be there. And also, Tamar, they're supposed to be at 1:30. Tamar didn't come to 2 hours later, 2 hours and a half later. And she got there by like 3:45. So I was like, and then it came to the thing, and Iyanla was disrespected. Not because she's angry at the time. She's angry that this is commitment. I'm here for y'all. Y'all asked me to come here. I'm here and committed to work with y'all. But y'all cannot continue to disrespect each other. You can't just continue to disrespect and not commit to the time. It's a broken commitment, like they say. Y'all have broken commitmentships with each other, and there's no consequence with each other when y'all do these things. There's no consequence that they could come late and then everybody else will be okay and continue when they left off. No, it's an obligation. It's a commitment. It's what's on the call sheet. If you're supposed to be there at 1:30, you be there on time at 1:30. So she went off and Iyanla said, nah, not today. Y'all work this out and I'm going to leave. So Iyanla left. And Tamar was like, no. And Tamar was blaming the production week TV that she was there late and it's not her fault. And she trying to get her thing on and she was still rolling her neck. It was like this, doing all that. Bad, going against Iyanla. Iyanla had to fight to feel that way because she'd been disrespected. Her time was disrespected. Her time is wasted. As a counselor, you're supposed to be committed to stay there for the time, and that's what you was contracted to do. So you was contracted to be counseling session at 1:30, and then your clients don't come and show up really late. It disrespected your time, your effort, which you put into the sessions for them to help them, and they're not willing to be committed to the process. So that was day 2, and that was like end of that. So that was the end of the first 2 days. So they had to take a break and come back for day 3. So day 3 happened. Iyanla came. She said she gonna come back and she would be committed to work with them. So they all committed, and they all sat down in a group again. And now this is the meat of everything. How this happened. Now, day 3. The only for the physical heal, the holy heal, they need to be physical and mentally present. They just can't be physically there and not checked out mentally and say you there at the counseling session. No, you had to be committed to do everything and physically and mentally, emotionally, everybody available to be in that session. Now, like I said, there's no consequence of actions that are being created. And she want to explain how she feels. Like she explained to Tony because she said, how do you think you feel about what happened yesterday? Tony was not confused, so but Iyanla explained to Tony about at the time commitment, about being there and present. What time you supposed to be there? At 1:30. And I said, okay, Were you was there at 1:30? She said no. So is there you broke the commitment and you broke the time that you're supposed to be there. And so Tony understand that yes, she said it was no excuse for me not being there because I'm supposed to be committed to it. So I shouldn't have been there at 1:30. Now talk to Tamar, explain to Tamar about what's going on. And Tamar was not having it. She felt like, no, that's not right. No, I was trying to explain to you, you being rude. And she said, because somebody told me the behavior that Tamar is expressing. Miss E, do you know the behavior that Tamar is doing? Like, what's causing this behavior, all that stuff? And Tamar, not like that. She said, enough of the name calling. You can't be calling behavior. You got a behavior problem. That's not what Iyanla said. She never said you got a behavior problem. She said, what's the behavior exhibiting? Because the behavior you're showing is diminishing the message you're going. You keep saying that, yes, the time people don't commit to their time and not committed to the commitment to with each other. But your behavior is not expressing that because you showed up 2 hours late. So if you can't say that, if you're not practicing it. So that's what she's saying, that your behavior is not conducive to the message that is being brought, to the values of the family, which is commitment towards each other, the time. And that's what it was. So she wasn't even calling you names, but Tamar was not having that and would say going off and going at. She said, this is my disrespect. Now, when everything was going about, like, talk to Tracy, and Tracy felt disrespected. And she said how she felt disrespected. She said she felt disrespected because when, no, Iyanla brought it up. She said, I guess a lot of issues problems when y'all all supposed to agree on doing the strike, you stayed and you didn't communicate with them that you staying. Tracy said, that's not true. So Tamar started, I was like, Tamar, it's like, calm down. She said, what? You're lying. She said, lies. She said, that's true, because when I told them, and so I said, nope, I'm not doing it. Just like that. At the same time I was saying that, she said, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to have you disrespecting me. It's my time, all that stuff, they were going back and forth. So she said, I feel disrespected, and I'm not going to allow that. So Iyanla said, listen, you're going back the wrong way. I said, forgive me for allowing you the opportunity to disrespect me in that type of manner. Forgive me for allowing that to happen. It's my permission to take that boundary back and not allowing you to disrespect me again. And create boundaries. Now that's an issue of boundaries. Boundaries have not been created with each other. It's not. And when y'all create boundaries, it gives the opportunity to other people know that certain stuff you can't limit, certain things you can't cross, and y'all can work on that. But if you keep crossing each other's boundaries, stuff is not going to be, it basically is not going to be worked out. And it's always going to be problems. So, and then, that's how they're going about. And then it was talking to Tamar, and it would say, so, then it went to the father, explain about how that happened. How do you know how Tamar is it? The father said Tamar felt like I wasn't there, or she wasn't there. She said, well, you wasn't there around. She said she felt better there. How did Tamar feel when she growing up? And he said, I wasn't around, so like that. I was doing my thing. And Tamar said, well, you be gone for 6 o'clock in the morning, and you don't come back until 12 o'clock a.m. in the morning. He said, that's how you feel? So she said, yeah. And she said, where were y'all? She said, it was all out. So basically, Tamar felt abandoned. She felt not wanted. She felt unheard. She felt unseen. So she acting out, having this behavior outburst and stuff like that because she's not being seen. She is about outbursting because she's not being heard. And now, I don't know what in that thing, she said she felt disrespected and she acting out because she's not doing that. And now Tracy understands how Tamar's feeling because that's how she felt when she got left, when she got pregnant and she didn't get signed to the Atlanta Records. So I said, yes, you feel kind of hurt by that. So now, you would deny and say you was not hurt by it, but you did feel hurt. So she understands how Tamar going, that she felt disrespected, she felt abandoned and stuff like that, because that's how she felt abandoned. And Iyanla was not trying to diss you, Tamar. She was trying to get everybody to understand that this how Tamar felt, and that's how she is, because she's like this because she people haven't been hearing her or seeing her, but she didn't like that. She said, no, that you being disrespectful to me, you trying to cut me off, you saying anything like that. I have a right. She said, this is the right of the experience, and I'm feeling, I'm seeing, and everything. She said, well, I have the right to detest your experience. She said, you can't detest my experience because this is my experience. You have your own way, and this is how my way. You can't say my experience is wrong because this is how I experience what you're doing, and this is exactly how you exhibit it in the behavior you experience. She said, no, you disrespect me when you get cut off. You could talk it over people, all that stuff like that. All that stuff. This is my disrespect. What about my disrespect? You can't be doing this and all that stuff. It was going off and off and off. And then Miss Evelyn, because the point, she said, enough. Shut Tamar real down. Relax. Calm down. Whether you agree or not with Iyanla say, you cannot disrespect this woman. You have to respect your elders. She said, but what am I? I said, stop. Interrupt me again, and I got you. She ain't said nothing else again. You had to listen and understand and respect it. And then it give you a time to talk. But you cannot keep going at this lady because she's trying to help. All that stuff. So, because a while, it said stop. Tamar was getting pissed off. She had to get up and leave. Get up and leave. I said that's one rule. You're supposed to stay for the whole process. So she went to take a break. Iyanla went outside. She said, what's going on, Tamar? She said, Iyanla, I need a break. And all that stuff. She said, I understand, Tamar. Now I know you need a break. I'm going back inside. Just thank you for explaining it to me. Now, she said, you know what? She decided to do that and take private sessions with the people. So she talked to Tracy. She said, Tracy, let me talk to you. And so Tracy feel like the sister thinks she a traitor because she didn't decide to go on a strike with them and she could do the work. She said, why you decided to stay? Because she said, if I don't film, I'm not going to get paid. And I need to live. What's going on with that? And I decided not to do that because I signed a contract. And you cannot walk over the minute production because you feel some type of way about that. No, we signed a contract. We're supposed to work. And I'm here to do that. Now she had another session with Trina and Tawana. And Trina and Tawana explained their side. She said everyone agreed that we were supposed to do this together as they walk out because we feel that our production was not treating us, how they did some type of way, and we were trying to agree with that, and we were supposed to go out. She said who suggested that? They said that Tamar suggested that and everything, and everybody kind of went along with it. And then Tracy decided she's got to stay. And she said she got to continue to do her job. And now, Trina was like, I'm not mad what she's doing. I'm okay that she made a decision. But I wish she would have told me. But Iyanla said, hold up. Right there made it seem that she's wrong for making that decision. Now, it's making them see the light that Tracy always feel that if she doesn't agree with the girl's decision of how the group mentality is, then she feel like she left out and her voice doesn't matter. Forget what Tracy feels because she doesn't agree with what we doing. She doesn't matter. She don't have no voice, and that's how Tracy feel. And that she making Iyanla's making them see that how Tracy's coming from. It's like because she didn't agree with y'all made it seem like her opinion doesn't matter, her voice doesn't matter. It's like doesn't matter. It's like if she want to continue to work, let her continue to work. But you say you wasn't mad at her, but she told you, now you made it seem like she's wrong for telling you that. Now, Iyanla made this realization to them, and now they understand. She said, if Tamar could agree to do Tamar events, if Tony agreed to do movies, it's like that. So why is it different for Tracy want to continue to do Braxton Family Values? Why is the expectations different from them than her? And they had something to say. And you say, you know what? Touche. And so that's true because you can't make set expectations different from Tracy, different from Tamar and Tony because whatever their reason, they the breaking stars, everybody know them. If Tony could do her own things outside of Braxton Family Values, if Tamar could do her own things outside of Braxton Values, then why can't Braxton Family Values? Then Tracy could continue doing her show, the Braxton Family Values. So they said, okay, yeah, they understand. So Iyanla said she glad that she made them realize how she feels at the time. Excuse me. So they understand. Now she had to sit down with Miss E and Michael, because the parents. Miss E finally realized that what's going on. She said she understands that because of what we have, what we do to the divorce, the kids are angry about the situation between us two, and so the little things they have with disagreement between each other, they're angry with that and they blow it out more out of proportion because they haven't dealt with the issues with us. As they, since they are afraid to talk to us about that, they are lashing out against each other instead of directing the anger towards who they really feel anger towards, with their parents, for putting them in the middle of their divorce when they were so young. And Miss E realized that, and she said we need to apologize that for now. I'm just starting to realize that I have played a part of the role of how the sisters behave and act towards one each other. Now, you can tell us that Miss E still has a resentment towards E, because she said the man I'm sitting right here, I don't know who he is. My husband died when I got divorced. This man right here, I don't know who he is. And so Iyanla asked her, do you still love him? She said, no, I don't love him. And Michael said, yeah, I still got love for E because she's had the mother of my children. All my children. So I still have some love for her. And I said, in some way, you had to work it out between y'all two, because if it doesn't work out between y'all two, then the foundation with the girls and the agreement and the work and communication with the girls is not going to help festering if y'all don't clear y'all mess. So, and they said they were so young when they got married, so they didn't understand how things going on, and they were so young themselves to figure out themselves, so they didn't worry about their daughter's feelings. They wasn't thinking about their daughter's feelings. They wasn't thinking about how it affected their daughters when they growing up, because they were so consumed about. Miss E said she was consumed about her divorce and her role with her marriage with them, and things fall apart. She didn't consider the daughter's feelings, so now she realized that was a mistake in her part. Now they had to sit down with Tony. Tony's the older sister, so you know the older sister may got some things. So she was saying, when her career went pitched off when LAV went to sign on in her, she said that was a bad thing. That was a bad move, because when she broke the news to her family, the parents kind of like got upset about that. They said, oh, you breaking up the family, but the devil in the family. The sister was like, oh, what if you, Tracy said, if you make it, can you help us out? So she always felt that way there. So when she make it in, she decided she needs to get her sisters on board. But she felt like she always had the weight on her shoulder because they always depend on her, and she never thinks she could go on. And she kind of resented that because she wanted to be doing her thing and push over, and she never expressed her feelings towards her sister because she never wanted to hurt their feelings. So and then she said it was a role that was given to her, that she was the family caretaker. Her mom was out commission for a while, medical leave, so she had to take their role as a parent. So she had to lift them up and do decisions and make them and be the head parent. So it was the weight lifted off her, and she said she didn't allow her permission herself to get the weight off of her of allowing that and let go of that situation. So she said if they never needed you, Tony, if you never got criticized about happening what's just going on with the career, what your life would be. She said I would have soared. I would have kind of did different things. And she said she can't do that stuff now because she's an old bitch right now. So they started laughing. So she can't do as much stuff. But she wanted to let's be free and not having so much heavy burden on herself. So I asked her, what's the one thing you want to say to your family that you don't really have nothing to say, and you want to say that one thing? And then they cut off. They didn't say that. So lastly, we got the white table scene. The white table was like an exercise, like it was called clean slate, that you can air out your issues and stuff like that, and pour out your heart with each other on the table, so you could get cleansing and help. And she said yes, the part of the disagreement on how y'all went through with the production and stuff like that, yes, that's a problem. Well, we will get to that, but it stems from the deeper issue, the seed. When you plant the seed wasn't planted, so we need to plant that and then grow, and then the foundation grow from there. So she asked around the table, how do you feel? Forgive me. So it's that what they said, I regret that I didn't give the girls emotional support. I regret that when the divorce happened, he kind of disconnect. And since the divorce happened with Miss E, the disconnecting from the daughters was a result from that. So he regret from doing that to the daughters. That thing. So then Tawana said she regret. I'm gonna read it up from my notes so I won't mess up everything because it was very important why each person regret. Tawana said she regret for not sharing her true feelings because if she would share her true feelings, she felt like she would be judged by her family, and then she also felt like she would be judged by the family when she does agree with their decisions they make, and her decisions that she made, she felt like the family will judge her. Now, Trina said she regret that she forcibly removed herself from the family because she felt judged by them, and also she admitted that she be judging them herself, and she also regret and feel that she's still in that 12-year-old body when she feels she regret that she always revert back to that 12-year-old girl when her parents put them in a divorce. And so Trina said she's glad she got that out of her chest because it's a cleansing that she could say that all this long ass time because she never had to get to say that. She said she regret and she felt angry by the fact that she was put in the middle. Since that middle of that divorce, it changed the dynamic of the sisterhood. Now, Miss E said she regret and she was wrong for making the girls put in the middle of her divorce. And she also regretted being too involved in her girls' lives. She never let the girls think for themselves and be there. She was always involved in it directly. So she regret that. Now, we get to Tony. Tony said she loved her family, but she don't like her family at all. She's angry at them. And she said if they was a family, we probably would not be friends. As I say something. So she said, if y'all was not by blood with me, we probably would not be friends right now. Now, Trina said, she said, you know what, maybe Tony is angry and upset at this point at the moment and right now. And I do agree like that. I think Tony loves her sister. She been there and everything. It's like right now, she don't feel the love. So she don't feel a family. But she may do feel like she don't like her family at times because she been to have a burden. And she needs that. And she want to get that out. Like, she don't want to be the burden. She don't want to be the person they lean on. Yes, she's the bigger sister. And she will be there. But she need that weight off of her. So sometimes she feel like she don't like her family at times because they always latched onto her. Make her feel type of way. Now, Tracy said she regret that she's angry that she feel the pain and hurt with her family. And at times, she could be selfish. As she hasn't really heed towards her sisters and how other people feels, and she needs to work on that. Now they got out of Tamar, and it seems like I don't know. I teared up because Tamar was so theatrical and stuff like that, but I felt the kind of real tears. It seems like she's sincere. So hopefully we see more about if she's sincere or not. And I don't know what happened with that tweet. She said Iyanla's a devil or something. I don't know. Maybe it was like the early production. All that stuff, then when they was going through it, instead of the late deduction when she break down, because she went through this whole breakthrough. Now you went out saying that Iyanla's the devil and she's all that stuff craziness. But that was that. But Taylor realized that she regret that she'd been spoiled, obnoxious, emotional, unkind, unfair, disrespectful. And she came to the process thinking that she was honoring herself and always be right. And she needs to be a better person, a better a better sister, a better friend, and a better daughter. And she went down to each one of her family members and said, "Can you forgive me for this?" And they all say they forgive her. And it's broke down because she blamed Tawana for. She said she blamed Tawana for always making her feel like she was the responsible for her decision. She always blamed Tawana. It's like, I'm sorry, forgive me for making you feel like I'm blaming you for everything. It's not your fault, it's me. And she said Tony is for all the craziness, for Tracy, please forgive me, and then Trina for making you feel like you something and you not being there for supporting you and your mom and everything. They all say they forgive Tamar, and it was like I felt the apology at that time. Now, like I said, I don't know if what she did with the social media, with the tweets, all that stuff, happened before the last taping of the session, or she did it after the taping, whatever she felt, and then she backtracked and feel like, nah, this smells alright, or she did it early on, and then she realized that, yo, this is something that I need some help on. So I'm glad that they made it work, and I hope this healed, because they said Iyanla's the only one that so far kind of somewhat tried to fix their life. I don't know if they completely fixed their life, because she said they said they still gonna be need to work on some stuff, but at least to give them a foundation to open up, to have the tools so they can communicate with each other effectively, express their feelings towards each other, not be afraid to say what they feel like, and then move on and not bury the hatchet and move on like it's nothing happened. So that was Family Braxton I always see Family Braxton Values. I don't know why I keep saying that. The Braxton Family Values fixed my life with Iyanla, and I enjoyed this. Like I said, special value video. I haven't reviewed the whole season, so I only decided to do this one because it had Iyanla, and I like the sessions that Iyanla be doing. So hope y'all like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and tell me how y'all feel about the this whole little season finale of the Braxtons. Talk to y'all later. Peace.